We make ultra lightweight wheelchairs. We offer pediatric wheelchairs. We offer adult wheelchairs. We offer sports wheelchairs in both those categories. What is this person going to be doing with this chair? Are they going to be driving a car in the near future? Are they going to be going to work? Are they going to be going to school? There's different factors and there's different positionings for things that will make all these chairs easier for the individuals to use. So not only is the right fit involved, but we try to take into consideration what the future lifestyle is going to be for them, and then from there we build it around that. And truth be told, now that these chairs are going to be an extension of us, we basically will take it to a whole different level just with the aesthetics. So we're a company that will make a chair that can go from mild to wild or bland to bling. It depends on what the individual wants. If they want a chair that Snoop Dogg would roll tomorrow, I can build them a chair for 15 grand. If they basically just wanted something super conservative that'll fly under the radar, I can build that chair for them too. So we try not to say no to anything, but ultimately that chair has got to fit right and it's got to roll right. Warranties on the chairs. This day and age, most funding sources want chairs to last anywhere from 5 to 7 years. Okay, well, that's great. That's what they'll cover. That's what they'll make modifications and allowances for. But the fact of the matter is we try to offer a limited lifetime warranty on our chairs. So for anything that's a welded part on our actual chair, such as a frame, such as a caster fork, a rigid backrest, anything that gets welded like that, we do offer limited lifetime warranty on it. Try to put about 10 to 15 years on it. We're hoping that anybody that's going to be in a chair is going to be making changes within those 10 or 15 years, because your body is definitely going to change significantly within the amount of time. In our base price of our chairs, we will include your frame, the way you're requesting it to be positioned, your standard back upholstery, your seat sling, your rear wheels, and your front casters. Brakes are included with that. On top of that, everything becomes an option. Some people want brakes, some people don't want brakes. The type of brakes that they want can vary. The type of tire that they want can vary. The type of rim. Everything is so dynamic these days that we start out at a base price, and then from there, honestly, it's like a car with options. You build up as you want to after that. And the good thing about it is some of these things can be funded. So it isn't that everything is going to have the door shut on them. They're going to basically have availability to get options. So there are some things out there, and we try to basically make them very aware. Look, these are things that will get covered. These are things that are not going to get covered. Most funding sources don't want to hear anything about the aesthetic. They just want to put a unit underneath you that's going to let you roll from point A to point B. The options that are covered basically were usually going to be your standard anti-tippers. That'll basically be a health factor right there, or a safety factor, I should say, to keep anybody from going backwards. A lot of the times armrests, such as these right here, people basically can be justified for people maintaining their balance, doing pressure relief, different things like that the armrest can actually be used for. Push handles, such as these ones right here on the back, for people that will need the justification on this, that will need the assistance to get pushed around, this is an item that can be lined in and be covered also. From there, to be quite honest with you, everything would really have to be documented of why they would need anything on top of that. My chair of choice from Colors right now is the actual shock blade. Now this chair right here comes in at a weight of 21 pounds, but the thing about this chair, it actually has 4-point suspension. So I actually have a spring in every single corner of this chair. So what this chair will deliver is like the Cadillac ride of the wheelchairs. So if I can kind of demonstrate what it basically does, you can sort of see if I turn around how the suspension has more of an A-arm movement up and down every single direction. There's forgiveness on this. Okay, so when you're rolling a suspension chair, there's reasons why you need it. First of all, if you have back pain, any kind of Arrington rods, any kind of discomfort, and you're rolling in your typical rigid frame chair that doesn't have any suspension, well, as you're rolling over cracks, crevices, bumps, any kind of uneven areas, all that goes right through the actual aluminum up into the body. So that kind of creates more of a little discomfort in the back, and for people that are already sensitive in that area, it just increases the amount of pain that they actually have. Another reason is you've seen people possibly rolling around, they've hit these cracks, crevices, bumps, and what ends up happening for a lot of the spinal cord injuries, as you hit these obstacles, it has a tendency to trigger a spasm. So you'll see people's legs jumping up and down when they've gone over a bump or what have you. But by having the suspension underneath you, it takes away from that jarring to the body. So it absorbs all that, so there's a decrease in spasticity also. And believe it or not, with the actual movement of the chair, every time you push, every time you turn, there's motion going into this chair and everything basically moves. Well, with movement in the actual suspension like that, it actually creates more blood flow underneath your actual bottom. So now you're creating pressure relief. First-time users, newly injured individuals, somebody that's now going to need to use a wheelchair. Well, for people that are introduced to the wheelchair for the first time, there's certain adjustments that are going to need to be incorporated into the wheelchair so you can find their level of comfort. Well, this chair right here called the Sabre offers adjustability in every single direction. For somebody that needs to change their front seat height, you're able to adjust that. For people that are needing to change their rear seat height, such as the bucket, and raise and lower the rear end for stability, you have that adjustability. Another key thing that you basically will need in just about every single chair is a center of gravity adjustability. Center of gravity is going to be your axle position on the chair. Anytime you take that axle position and you move it farther forward, you're going to make that chair a lot tippier. But the benefit of moving it forward is you lighten up the actual push on the chair. So there's a fine balance that you want to find for that individual on how they're going to be pushing and where to put that axle position. Obviously, the farther back you go, the more stability you create. By bringing stability to the chair, it can also be a hindrance because now somebody has to reach a little bit farther back to engage propulsion. So finding that sweet spot is the key thing. And by having an adjustable chair, it allows you to actually do that.
Brought to you by the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation and Gold Pictures.